The 2023 Angels ended up turning out exactly how we all thought they would, and it sucks. It really sucks. There was a quick moment there where it seemed like the team had a shot at making a magical run at things after going all in at the trade deadline, trading away a ton of their top prospects for guys they thought would help, when in reality they didn't help. The Angels got worse and farther out of the playoff race, and just a month after making those trades, decided to give them away on waivers to save some money. Shohei Ohtani has also since torn his UCL, which may very well lead to another Tommy John surgery. Anthony Rendon continues to be the worst contract ever, and Mike Trout, who had been on the injured list for almost 2 months, came back for one game only to head right back on the injured list the same day it was announced Ohtani tore his UCL. Just a total nightmare. Oh, and speaking of Mike Trout, we have never been closer to him getting traded. If you're part of the 70% of viewers not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button and join the wonderful subscribers of the channel, as the possibility of a Mike Trout trade has never been more realistic. Ever. I mean, it's never really seemed like a possibility a deal could ever happen. And for obvious reason, Trout has arguably been the best player in baseball over the last decade and is just consistently great year after year. It's just like the Shohei Ohtani situation. The Angels know they have such a special player on their hands and don't want to take their chances on trading him for a big haul of prospects and hope that works out. They've just decided to keep him all these years despite the lack of winning, and lucky for them, Trout happens to be a very loyal man, so he's never really seemed to be someone who is desperate to get out. It really sucks to realize Trout, who was a generational superstar and a sure Hall of Famer, has only played in the postseason one time. That was 9 years ago, and the Angels didn't even win a game. They got swept in the first round, so it wasn't even memorable in any way for them. Baseball fans as a whole, not just Angels fans, have grown so angry with the team over the years. We all want to see Trout and Ohtani in the playoffs. And just year after year after year, they end up with a crappy season, and 2023 might finally be the final straw. The only issue with Mike Trout nowadays seems to be staying healthy. He hasn't played more than 130 games in a season since 2019. Everyone obviously played a limited number of games in 2020, but even 2021 and 2022, Trout only played 36 games in 2021, playing much more in 2022 with 119, but that's still a decent chunk of games missing. And this year, he's only continued to miss more chunks of games, playing just 82. So that's something to keep an eye on in a potential trade. Who would maybe want to risk getting an injury-prone Mike Trout? But then again, Trout's been on a non-playoff team for almost a decade now. Shouldn't he have been traded already? What makes us think he would be dealt now? Well, things seem as bleak as ever for the Angels franchise and future. And despite being reluctant to trade Trout during all these years, they're finally considering it. In fact, I think it would happen if Trout is open to the idea and allows it, which is what the reports say. Earlier this month, Trout himself talked to the media and addressed that he does plan to talk to the team management about the future path of the organization and where they're going to go from here. And as of just recently, a report from USA Today from Bob Nightingale claims that the Angels are now willing to trade Mike Trout this offseason if he requests one. So again, I'm pretty sure we have never been closer to the possibility of Mike Trout being traded. I really don't believe that was ever an even semi-likely thing to happen over all these years. And him being very loyal despite the team's failures definitely helps, but things are different now. Trout played in the World Baseball Classic this past spring for Team USA, getting a taste of what postseason baseball feels like, and I do really feel that that experience opened his mind about certain things. He's got all the money he wants, the accolades, everything. Trout would want nothing more now in his career than to return to the postseason and hopefully win a championship. And that just obviously isn't happening with the team he's currently on and has been on his entire career. So in years past, even though the Angels still sucked, I don't think Trout would have even preferred a trade. But now, like I said, things are different. Things have changed. And I do have a decent feeling Trout will be very open to the idea. Where could he or will he be traded to? That's a conversation for later. But just the likely idea Trout could get traded is big, considering he's Mike Trout, and I don't know if anyone could blame him for wanting out of the dumpster fire he's currently in, even Angels fans. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.